Hey guys, so tonight we're going to be playing some more of the Crew Motorfest because it is Monday night. Um, so yeah, this week's theme is called Ford Motorfest Selection. They've definitely done weeks like this before, maybe even like one every month. I'm not really sure. They've definitely done a bunch of these before where it's a specific brand that's getting showcased for that week, and then it's called Motorfest Selection. Um, this was my first time putting it in a stream title, though. I would say it's been a while now since I started putting all of the weekly themes in my Motorfest streams. Probably like the last like 2 months, I don't know. So yeah, it was kind of weird putting Motorfest in the title for tonight twice, but you know, it made sense. The Crew Motorfest, Ford Motorfest selection. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what's going on tonight. I'm just gonna pull up the stream here on YouTube, make sure we're good to go. I wanted to say that with the Crew Motorfest, this is the one game I think that I stream that I always feel like it always feels like I'm playing this um, like a week apart each time. There's been a few times where I've streamed this twice in one week, but usually it's every Monday night. And with some games, it feels like even though it's been a week, sometimes it feels like it's been less than a week. Sometimes it feels like it's been more than a week. But with this game, it always feels like it's been a week. It always feels like it's like the perfect night to stream it again. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it's Monday, first night of the week, setting the tone. I have no idea. But with this game, it always feels like it's been exactly a week whenever I stream it again. Anyways, the stream is up here, so I'm just opening it. Ford Motorfest selection. So obviously we're going to have a lot of Ford cars on the showcase here. And even all the races in the Summit contest that don't require a specific car will probably have certain rules, like only a Ford car or something like that. I think they usually do that. I think we're going to need Ford cars for all of the races. Now, if we take a look at this bundle, I actually own two of these cars already. So this is the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 Road Force 1, which I don't know if the Road Force 1 exists in real life. This could just be a crew car. I think I actually had this in the crew too, and this is one of my cars that carried over to this game. I'm not sure, but Air Force One is what they call the president's private jet in the U.S. So Road Force One is a very American proud GT500. We have a regular Ford Focus RS here, which I do not own. Wouldn't be that cheap for me to buy, especially on this discount. It's actually less than 200K. So it's a maybe if I think I can get better than bronze this week. And then we have this Ford F-150 Raptor race truck, which I also had this in the crew too. This might have actually been like the first rally raid car that I got. I think it's one of the slowest. In this game it's 339 out of 590 for rally raid. Which doesn't seem so bad. So I'm not sure about this game, but I'm pretty sure in the crew too, this was like the first off-road car that I got. I'm pretty sure they gave you this for free in that game. Not certain though. But yeah, I already own this too, so both this race truck and the Road Force 1 are kind of like special edition versions of higher performance Ford cars. You know, the Mustang GT500 and the F-150 Raptor. Ford Focus RS isn't a special edition. The Focus RS is it's pretty fast. I think it's one of the quickest hot hatches or performance hatchbacks. So it's not bad. But this isn't a special edition or anything. I know for a while it seemed like whenever they had regular cars just in these weekly bundles, it seems like they actually were starting to do like exclusive customization on them, exclusive liveries or maybe even like vanity parts if you bought them in the bundle. But they kind of stopped doing that, I think. So maybe they tried it for a while and decided it wasn't really, maybe it wasn't changing how many people were buying bundles, so they stopped doing it. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this is bone stock. I think if you look at the catalog, it probably looks exactly the same. So yeah, the Ford Focus RS is a maybe. If we get through the Summit contest tonight, and it seems like I'm pretty close to silver, or even if we get to silver, but I want to kind of secure getting that by tomorrow for the end of the week, then I might decide to just buy this for the 200K. You know, it doesn't hurt to have another car in my collection, and then we would be able to do one additional race for the Summit contest, try to get some more points. So it's a maybe. You know, I wouldn't feel bad about buying this car. Looks like there is a Mach-E GT sitting here on the podium. Maybe this was just recently added to the game. It feels like they only put a new car on the shop podium, like when it's a new car that's just been added. So maybe this wasn't in the game before? Not sure. A lot of people don't like the Mach-E because they called it a Mustang, which it's not. Mustang has always been a muscle car and still is a muscle car, you know, if you get a normal Mustang GT or a GT500. But the Mach-E is a electric SUV. So not that it's a bad car. The Mach-E GT is actually pretty fast. It's the performance version. It's a good electric, sort of mid-size, I guess, SUV. But just the fact that they put the Mustang name on it, obviously it's for marketing. A lot of car enthusiasts don't like it because this isn't actually a Mustang. They call it one, it's not. I don't consider it a Mustang. Alright, so let's take a look here. Unlock new rewards. I was wondering what this is. Is this just advertising the Made in Japan Volume 2 playlist? Which I don't think I've actually started it. This one is free. This is the newest free playlist currently. And that Honda NSX is the reward car. Own this playlist and you'll own a sleek new ride. Self-driving feature not included. Not sure why they said that. The Honda NSX is from the 90s. Definitely doesn't have self-driving. I think really the only cars in the world right now that have self-driving are Teslas. Even for Tesla, it's a really new feature, right? Why is this locked actually? Because this was supposed to be free, right? Maybe you need to buy a specific car just to start this playlist, which they did do for a lot of the base game playlists. Let me just check this actually. Not that we're going to be doing this playlist tonight, but I want to see why this is locked. It's just locked. This first race says it uses the Toyota Supra Ryujin edition, which I own that car. That was the reward car from the Made in Japan Volume 1 playlist. So I'm a little confused as to why this is locked right now, actually. I feel like we need to figure this out. Why is this locked? Oh, it's because you have to go start it. I forgot. So if I set waypoint, it'll bring me to the kind of the hub for this playlist on the map, which you actually have to drive to, or I think you can just fast travel to it. And then once you've done that, then you actually activate the playlist, and then you're able to go do the events. Okay. So we'll get to that when I actually do this playlist. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing any playlists tonight. We are going to be spending a little while on the Summit contest because I own 2 of the bundle cars as well. So we're gonna have at least 5 races that I can do. And if we're really going for points, I'm gonna want to do the feats as well, and then also buy the Focus RS and do that race. So we could have a lot going on tonight with just the Summit contest. Anyways, before we do that, let's head to the custom show. When it's a Motorfest selection, I think it'll literally just be anything within that brand. So I think any Ford car will be an option here. This is my Volkswagen Electric R last week, which just has my own vote, so just bronze. It's fun. I think usually 2 votes. Like if one other person votes for you, that's enough to get you into silver. But I always enter these so late because I stream this game on Monday night. Basically, Tuesday night is when they change weeks. That's when they switch over. That Porsche 917K in first place actually looks pretty good. That's one of the few times where I feel like the first place car actually deserves it. I'll admit that this week the first place car looks better than mine, so it deserves the 88 hearts that it got. A lot of the times it's like the car that I see in first place is just like looks like it was designed by a 9-year-old. This one actually doesn't look bad. 100,000 XP for bronze. So this goes towards this month's compete timeline, red XP. Last week was Electric X Thermal. This week, Ford Motorfest selection. And the platinum reward for the custom show is the War Hero window tint. Which, I mean, that looks cool. But at the same time, like, it's a lot for a window tint. I'm not really into, I don't know what word to use, like exuberant window tints. Is exuberant a word? Just like there's a lot going on there. Window tints usually wanted something more simple or just not at all. At least maybe just kind of a black dim, I don't know. A black tint. Having a lot of stuff on the window tint just looks kind of weird most. That is a livery though, maybe. Anyways. What are the options here for cars to register? Can't see because tips are in the way. Ford vehicles. So this doesn't even say specifically Ford cars. This is just Ford vehicles. I don't think Ford makes any like boats or planes or anything. But there's going to be off-road cars in this. I can see the Bronco there, so any sort of Ford vehicle really in this game is an option here. Even this Crown Victoria, Marco's cab. We got the Mustang GT convertible, Motorfest edition. This is actually one of the starter cars in this game. This is the one I chose. Looks pretty awesome, actually. We have that GT500 Road Force 1. Mine is actually customized a little bit. I also have another American sort of GT500. This is the Tribute Edition, which I think I also got in the Crew 2. I have my Mustang GT Fastback, which I believe this was my starter car in the Crew 2. So I went with the Mustang GT in both Crew games for the starter car. We have the Ford Bronco Hawaii Scenic Tour Edition. So these are off-road cars now. We have the F-150 Raptor race truck. Moving on to Rally, we have the Focus RS RX and the Focus RS Rally Edition, and this is an older Focus RS. This was maybe the starter like off-road car in this game, I feel like. I'm not really sure how I unlocked this car, or maybe you needed to buy it to do a playlist. This was from the Crew 2, I think maybe the Gold Edition in that game. This I think was the starter off-road car in Crew 2. This was a playlist reward in this game. And yeah, I'm pretty sure both of these two were from like some sort of maybe 4th of July event. I don't know. Not really expecting to get votes here because it's so late in the week already. So let's maybe go with the Tribute Edition because it might stand out a bit. Maybe people will think I heavily customized the Road Force 1 because it's similar but not the same. They do have their differences. Obviously this one's more blue. Blue with a little bit of white and red. And this is customized too because I'm pretty sure I put those American tires on custom. Same with the underglow. Which I think that underglow came with the Road Force 1. Goes with it. Alright, let's put this through. Very nice. GT500 Tribute Edition. Give that a vote. Okay. So, let's head over to the, what do you call it? Summit contests. The custom show is only a small part of that, really. Small part of the weekly activities. Pretty easy to go and do, only takes you 2 minutes. And you're guaranteed to get at least something if you vote for yourself. You get to bronze. It's usually a good amount of XP or money. Okay, let's get my reward from the Summit contest last week. It'll be undoubtedly bronze. What do we got? More XP, another 100,000. Okay, so this week, the platinum reward here is the Aurora Borealis Nitro, which definitely looks very Ford. I think Ford is probably the most popular car brand that's themed around the color blue. So, makes sense for Ford. And the gold reward car is a Mustang GT Fastback Stunt Edition, which I don't know if that exists outside of this game. The Stunt Edition implies that it actually is like a special edition car and not just like one of the cars in this game that they chose to give like a drag edition and a drift edition and an off-road edition. Stunt Edition is kind of not a part of that. There's not a specific category in this game just for stunt racing or stunt cars. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the bronze reward this week is only parts, 5,000 parts, which I think I have like 200k and I never even use them. It's just not a part of the game that I really use. You only use them for changing affixed stats on your parts, which sway, they can sway the results of a race very, very little. Like we're talking small percentages and stuff. Not that important to me. So maybe we can get at least silver and get some legend points. It's not terrible. I wouldn't mind getting gold this week, but that's going to be tough. Gold is top 20, yeah, top 20k. Not going to be easy. Okay, so we got Wild Performance in a loaned Street Tier 2 car. I'm going to guarantee right now that that is the Road Force 1. Adventurous Spirit is in any Ford Rally Raid car, which I have 2 because of the Bronco and the F-150. Go Further is a Street Tier 1 race that requires the Focus RS. So if I buy that, we can try this race. Built Ford Tough. It's required to have the Shelby GT500. I guess any GT500, so it doesn't have to be the Road Force 1. I could even use my Tribute Edition, right? So if you have any GT500, even just the normal one, you could use that. Built to Last requires the F-150 Raptor race truck. And Bring On Tomorrow is any Street Tier 1 Ford. So the Focus RS is Street Tier 1. I can also use my Marco's cab for this, that Crown Vic. Alright, well let's start with Wild Performance. I already know it's going to be in the Road Force 1. That's kind of the main standout card this week, I guess. Happy I already own it. It would probably be expensive to buy, because I think it was an exclusive car in the crew too. Fair PvP, which I believe just means maxed out for everyone. And it doesn't have my customization either, which is unfortunate, because I have nice tires and nice underglow on it, but that's fine. We'll just use the regular version with just the body customization and the livery. Still looks good. Road Force 1, we're going to try this on 2 out of 5 difficulty, which is what I usually do. Not super easy. Not tough either. Not that tough, usually. We'll see. This is outrun the clock. Usually these races aren't that bad. Oh, and it looks like you get points for dirty driving. So we're gaining points for dirty driving, which is going to be hard to do here because dirty driving implies that you're crashing into stuff. That'll slow me down. I don't know if we want to do dirty driving. It depends how many points you get. Because I could lose points by hitting those little rods on the side of the road. Is it more worth it to hit those and slow down a bit? Or just go full speed and not do any of the dirty driving? Because you get points for that, but it's only a little bit. It's like, I just got 1,000 points for doing a second or two of driving through those things. I don't know. We do want to be using nitrous here. Gotta utilize that. When those things are in the middle of the road, I could probably hit them. It's weird, because usually you want to avoid them. But it's actually better to go out of your way to hit them in this race. Also, I noticed this car is driving quite well tonight. Normally, muscle cars in this game aren't as good at handling as other Street Tier 2 cars, like sports cars and supercars. But this GT500 is driving pretty well. I think you assume this GT500 has the track pack and everything on it because it's got the spoiler. If you buy just a normal GT500 from Ford in real life, you can get a track package on the GT500 which is supposed to do many things to improve handling of the car. Probably some weight reduction stuff. I know you get a spoiler. Probably carbon rims and stuff like that too, which are more lightweight. Okay, we gotta get to that checkpoint, because there was one part there where it said my timer was going down, right? But then I just got a checkpoint. Yeah, see, it's saying 10 seconds left. You get 20 more seconds on the clock each time you hit a checkpoint, so you really want to be getting those. Otherwise, that's how you lose this race, because there's no bots. You lose if the timer runs out before you get to the finish line. You need to not let that happen. The problem is the clock is already starting to catch up now. I don't know how far I am from the finish line. Could be rough. Oh, there it is. Finish line is right here. That's our next checkpoint. Here we go. Just gun it. Gun it. There we go. Ooh. Okay, we're good. I ran the clock. 3 minutes, 12 seconds. I got a lot of extra points too, I think, for dirty driving. 60,000 is not terrible. What happened to it showing me the breakdown? I kind of want to see it broken down to see how many extra points I made from doing the dirty driving, but it's not showing me this time. That's fun. Oh, here we go. Okay, so based on my time, I would have only made 38,000 points, but I got an extra, basically 22k from the dirty driving, and that brings us to a total of 60,000. Very nice. Also, I don't know why that sounded so loud at the end. I feel like I need to turn my volume down again. Been doing this a lot lately, turning down my volumes in my games because they've been sounding louder. I feel like my hearing has actually gotten better over the last few months. I don't know. That's not usually how it works. Usually your hearing gets worse as you get older. I know your vision gets worse as you get older. My vision already is not as good as it was when I was a lot younger. Okay, so I have vehicles down to 50, but nothing else is turned down. I have music down to 50 as well. Gameplay music 75. Festival music is 25. Okay, I need to turn down, like... I mean, collisions are pretty loud, but that doesn't happen that often. What would cheering be? Voices? If cheering is voices, let's put that down to like 50. Ambience? Probably not. Yeah, I'm thinking the cheering and stuff would just be voices. But voices could just be when a specific, like, NPC is talking to you over the radio. And then maybe it would be like SFX. I don't know. This is probably fun. Let's try that for audio. Audio mix. Okay, we're moving on to the next race. So that one wasn't bad. 60k is alright. I think if you do all of the races, so all 6 races plus all 3 feats, and you make over 50k points on everything, that should be enough to get into silver. So if I can get 60k on the rest of these, and we do the feats as well, then I might buy that Focus RS and try out the Go Further race. Wild Performance was pretty cool. Next up is Adventurous Spirit, which you can see it has a lot less icons on the side there, so only this one had all 3 of those things. Which I guess that yellow symbol that's on all of these races is the dirty driving extra points. Sometimes you just make money from it, but I don't think they usually do that for the summits. I don't really remember. Anyways, let's get some more points, because with the 60k, I'm not even in the top 100,000 people this week. Which is crazy. That's how you know there's still a bunch of people playing this game. Alright, let's do Adventurous Spirit. This is in any Ford Rally Raid car. Which we know we're going to be using the F-150 later, so let's go ahead and use the Bronco. Hawaii Scenic Tour Edition. This car is pretty nice. I have this almost maxed, too. Yeah, I think we can bring this to 590. There we go, 590. 149 miles per hour. Still seems like a really low top speed, but this is Rally Raid, which is like full off-road. And I don't even know what the Bronco's top speed is in real life. I know a lot of cars are limited to 155 miles per hour, because that's 250 kilometers per hour, which a lot of brands decide that they should put governors on the car and limit them to that. I know Ford does it. The Ford GT is limited to 155, but I don't think the GT500 is. I think the GT500 goes like 180 something, so. And yeah, a lot of times SUVs or like more off-road oriented cars can't actually even hit the 155. They actually have just a genuine lower top speed. Or they govern the car to have an even lower top speed because they don't want you to wear out the tires and stuff like that, so. This car is 149. I don't know what the stock top speed of this car is in this game or in real life. I'm not sure actually. But I feel like that makes sense. I feel like IRL maybe like 120 is the top speed for a Bronco. Not sure. This has 433 horsepower apparently. The 4.670 to 60 is actually more concerning, I think, than the top speed. Because that 0 to 60 above 4.5 seconds is not a very quick 0 to 60, even for an off-road car. This has over 700 horsepower. that is not very quick. I think this is probably one of the slower off-road cars in this game. If it's just a normal two-door Ford Bronco, then I guess that makes sense. Actually, theoretically, a two-door Bronco would go faster than a four-door one because the four-door one will weigh more. But I know there's different variants of the Bronco you can get in real life. If you get the Wild Track, it's a twin turbo V6, which I don't know if the normal Broncos have that or not. It's faster though. There's the Wild Track version, which is faster, and then there's the Bronco Raptor or whatever, which that one also has a twin turbo V6, but it's even quicker. That's the full performance one. All right, this is fun. 590. We're gonna use this Bronco, and then we'll use the F-150 soon because that one is actually required for a different race. So let's see how this Bronco can do. I don't think it's one of the fastest off-road cars, but I don't think that F-150 is either. So we'll see. Yeah, this car is very slow off the line. Okay, we are getting points for dirty driving, so I'm gonna keep that up. Yeah, you get points just for grinding against other cars. And I say grinding because just hitting them only gives you a few points. If you really want to grind on another car, you're gonna get a bunch of points off of them. Point farming. So we can take advantage of that, especially for an off-road race. It's good for kind of running people off the trail. I'm in first place now though, so that's fine. Try to crash into some small trees or something then. Get more dirty driving points. There we go. Yeah, you get points for hitting the flags. And even these fences. It's all part of it. I think one thing I like the most about this Bronco, because this is the Hawaii Scenic Tour Edition, it's got some exclusive customization, not just on the livery, but if you look at the back of the car, the storage, it's filled up with all these like beach supplies. I think that's a really cool way to customize an off-road car, especially because it's realistic. It's realistic off-road car customization. It looks like I'm actually driving a nice beachy Bronco filled with inflatables and stuff for the beach. Definitely looks like a Hawaiian edition Ford Bronco. Oh my god, I almost pulled a 360, bro. Yeah, we need to turn around. Why did I turn so much on that jump? It's literally almost a 360. Or I guess it wasn't even a 180, because 180 would have been facing backwards. It was over 90 degrees. Over a 90-degree turn, when I wasn't even trying to turn there. I was trying to keep going straight. You get points for hitting trees and stuff too, but those big trees you can't break through, so I need to be careful about that. Let's get back on track. This one guy's trying to catch up. Can't beat the Bronco, man. You don't have what it takes. I'm out of here. Nice white sand beach. Oh crap, the water slowing me down. Yeah, we're good. This car is meant for the beach. Home domain. 82,000 on that one. Alright, more points. That was a pretty fun race actually. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed the layout of that off-road race. That was pretty much perfect for rally raid. When you're kind of just like fully going off-road like that, like going down hills and stuff. We were driving over a normal road that was kind of going through the wilderness. That's what rally raid is all about, pure off-road. Moving on to build for tough. So for this race, you can actually use any GT500, but should I use the Road Force 1 again? We did technically already use it because I used it for the loaned car race. So I can actually use my Tribute Edition for this race, which is almost identical to the Road Force 1. They're both maxed out, so they both should be exactly the same for performance. 224 at 2.9. Yeah, the stats are exactly the same, 990 horsepower. And they're also the same in customization, except for the livery. I believe the body customization on both of them is the same, pretty much. The details on the splitter of this one are red, and this one's white. And obviously the paint jobs are different. But other than that, they both have that blower on the hood, which looks pretty sick. This one might actually have a different blower. Yeah, it looks a little bit different. But the hood scoop is the same. They both have the same spoiler at the back. They do have different rims too, so there is some differences. They have different rims. I personally put those like 4th of July tires on, which I think I've had those since the Crew 2. So I put those on both of these cars. They probably came with the Road Force 1 because I remember that underglow coming with the Road Force 1. It's supposed to be like an American sort of underglow. So these cars are super similar, but they do have their differences. And since we already used the Road Force 1 for the loaned race, I think why not use the Tribute Edition for this GT500 race. So even if I had a normal GT500, that would also be an option, but yeah, let's use this one. Tribute Edition. So, oh, I didn't even know they let you do this car in black if you want. You can just turn the blue to black. That almost looks even cooler, but we got to keep the American look, you know. We got to keep the blue. For special edition cars, I usually keep them in their unique livery. You can't change the visual parts. So vanity, we have these American tires. I can't see what they're called because my face cam's in the way. I've got the Star Smoke. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. We got the Explosive Backfire Nitro, which also makes sense. Well, the Explosive Backfire Nitro goes well on any car, really. And then, yeah, I have this Underglow, which I'm pretty sure it came with the Road Force 1, however I got it. Then window tint, I mean, we could do stuff. The interior of this car is pretty nice too, so yeah, just keep that normal. We don't need tint. Rooftops, nothing that really goes with the sort of American look. So, that's fine. Oh, this is certainly American. We can go with this American flag star on the dashboard figure. Why not? There we go. And then, yeah, you can actually change the liveries on these cars, too. A lot of special edition cars, they don't let you change the bodywork, but they do let you change the livery, which, in my opinion, that's kind of ruining it. I mean, the top 100 probably has some cool stuff, but these kind of ruin the sort of exclusive look that this car had. Some of these kind of work with the original livery, but a lot of them are just fully changing it up. And in my opinion, that's kind of ruining it. Kind of ruining an exclusive livery. This one looks a lot more similar to the Road Force 1 livery. Actually, this one looks pretty good. This looks pretty good, but this is obviously, it looks more like the Road Force 1. And this is specifically the GT500 Tribute Edition, so all of these liveries were made by people that own specifically the Tribute Edition. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep it like this. Let's go ahead and use it for this next race. We'll see what kind of race this is, because the last race was just pure rally raid. Before that it was a timer. A timed sprint. This one looks like another, yeah, around the clock. Around the clock and more dirty driving. I was right about it being like that for all the races. Is Ford somehow associated with dirty driving? I don't think so. I almost want to like go out of my way to hit some of this stuff just to get some of those dirty driving points. Because you actually get a lot of points for it. It stacks up. It stacks up the more stuff you hit. Like we're getting thousands of points just from that. It's pretty easy. So I'm not gonna like go out of my way where I might get a slower time overall. But if it's something in the middle of the road or something I can kind of easily drive through, then I will do it. Also, crashing during turns would be fine too if you slam into the wall, but the handling of this car is actually really impressive. Performance-wise, I think this is exactly the same as the Road Force 1. I don't think there's any distinctions in how either of them drive. They're both quite good at handling. The handling is so good in this car, I don't know why. The GT500 handles very well in this game. Definitely the best handling muscle car I've used in this game for sure. There's no way any other muscle car handles that well. Fully track focused, it feels like. This handles better than most supercars. Okay, I haven't seen the timer catching up to me yet, but these checkpoints are really spread out. So maybe they give you a lot of time for this race. Maybe they know it's a longer one. Because yeah, the checkpoints are really spread out here. Oh crap, I was trying to hit all those and my car started swerving. I lost grip. Usually you want more grip to avoid crashing, but for this race, you want the grip to help you keep steering into stuff. Alright, we got it. Outran the clock. I think we had a bunch of time to spare. Got some good dirty driving, hopefully, too. Okay, 69. Can't go wrong with 69,000 points. This outro scene here is still really loud. Between the cheering and the music, I can barely hear myself talking. And I feel like I'm yelling just to try to talk over this. I don't know why it's so loud. How do I turn down the cheering and clapping? It's gotta be in sound effects. It could be in ambience. If it's in ambient though, it's kind of annoying because that means I'm gonna be turning down actual ambient noises in the game that are a lot quieter, like water or wind. Clapping and cheering is not ambient noise, but they might consider it that in this game. So I don't know. I already turned down voices to 50 and it didn't make a difference, so it wasn't voices. The NPC voices are kind of loud though anyways, so I'm gonna turn down SFX. Let's put SFX to like 50 and see if that changes it. If it's still loud, then I'm gonna put ambience down. If it's not SFX or ambience, then I have no idea what like cheering is considered. It wouldn't be UI sounds. UI sounds is like the little noise it makes each time you move to each thing on the menu. Like that's what UI sounds are. As you're scrolling around the menu and stuff. Collisions is when you crash, which is pretty loud, but it's like sudden. It doesn't happen often, so it's fine. Fine with that being loud. I've already turned down the sound of the car engine and just the music. So, I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's try SFX at 50 and see what that's like.
Let's complete this playlist.
Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Mailbox almost full. Damn. I don't think my mailbox is filled up ever in this game. It's finally happening. In the Crew 2, this happened a lot. And in the Crew 2, you had to physically go to your mailbox, which was so annoying. I'm so happy that you can almost do anything in this game through the menu, because it's annoying to do stuff in the real 3D world in-game. Anyways, I've got a lot of stuff here that I don't know if I need or not, because I don't really go through and look at my car parts. It's because I haven't been scrapping parts for a while. And these are all for different things, so most of these are for street. But we've got some stuff for like hypercar. Like street and hypercars, I'm always wanting to get maxed out, right? So what I need to do here is actually upgrade a few street or hypercars, just max them out. And then all of these maxed out parts should leave the mailbox and filter into my main collection, right? Let's try that. This shouldn't take long, it should only take a minute. Just choose like maybe 3 cars from each category and just max them out. Because those are the only parts that are going into the mailbox. So we start at Street Tier 1. We can max out a few Street Tier 1 cars as well. So these are already all maxed. This is actually kind of nice. I like how in the crew games you can switch the parts between the cars. But in this game I'm getting so many parts that I can almost just max out like all of my cars. Kind of like in Need for Speed Heat, where my cars are just already maxed out when I want to go and use them. I don't have to switch parts, because it does get annoying. So it looks like most of my Street Tier 1 cars are already maxed. 600. This one's 559. It's because one part is 318. What is up with that? And then I have some parts that are just straight up 600. Otherwise it puts the 750s to 600. Okay, let's grab that. The one that's 318. Oh, that's stock. So this was just missing one part? That doesn't make sense. Okay, now it's 600. So that's maxed out too. These are all 600. Okay, 405 on the Shelby Cobra. We're gonna max this out. So yeah, I can use my parts that are actually 600 instead of 750 parts, which it just automatically puts to 600 for your Street Tier 1. That was something they added into this game later on, because originally you actually had to get parts specifically at 600, which they would often give you 600 parts if you're racing in a Street Tier 1 car, because it knows you can't use parts that are above 600 on these cars. Street Tier 1, they're lower tier. Let's just use up all these 600 parts. I got a bunch of them still. A bunch. Alright, there we go. Shelby Cobra maxed out. I keep going up the list here. Can upgrade this DeLorean too. Okay, this one's out of 600s, so we'll just use one of the 750s. Bunch of 600s here. Gold? I don't know if I want a gold on this car. I don't use it often. Save the golds for the better cars. Okay, there's still a few Street Tier 1 cars that aren't upgraded, but that's fine. We'll leave them behind for now. Most of them are upgraded, I think. Let's take a look at some of the Street Tier 2s. Um, and then, yeah, let's see. I think I also have a bunch of Street Tier 2 cars maxed out here. Oh yeah, we wanted to do hypercars as well. Apparently I'm also maxed out on hypercar parts, because we also saw some of those in the mailbox. Which, if the mailbox goes above 60 parts, then it'll start replacing old ones with new ones, which means the old parts will just get deleted. No reward, which kind of sucks. Very wasteful. So these are all 750. We're just going to go down the line here until that number stops. How many of my Street Tier 2 cars are maxed out here? These cars are all primed up, ready to go. And they're supposed to go in performance order, so ideally these are getting slower as we go down, but I don't know. It's putting cars like the Evolution 9 and the Evo 10 above the GT500s, which a stock Evo 9 or Evo 10 would get absolutely obliterated by a GT500, a stock GT500. But maybe the upgrades are making a big difference, I don't know. I recently recustomized this Mazda. It is looking better. This was one of the exclusive liveries, like by Ivory Tower. It looks pretty nice. So I think almost all of my Street Tier 2 cars are also maxed out. So many of these cars are 750. So many of them. Where does it stop? Ah, right here. Which one? Okay, so apparently the slowest Street Tier 2 car that I have maxed out is the Nissan Z. Weird, the new Nissan Z. So my Demon, for some reason, isn't maxed out. Let's max out my Demon. I was, at one point, using this car a lot. Yeah, we can put the gold part on that one. Gotta love the Demon. I think I've had a Demon since the Crew 2, but I'm not sure. I might have actually bought the Demon in this game. I might have never owned this in the Crew 2. I think in this game the Dodge Demon costs you like 600k. This car was like 100k in real life, but the original Dodge Demon they only sold in 2018 and there was a very limited number of them, so I think they're worth way more now. People are probably selling Demons for like as much as Lambos now. I don't know how many they are, but it was only in 2018 that they did the Dodge Demon. And then I think maybe 2 years ago they did the Demon 170, which was an even faster version of it that's just crazy quick. I think like 1.8 seconds 0 to 60, which is crazy. This is saying 2.3, which 2.3 is also crazy, but 2.3 seconds is actually supposed to be the stock 0 to 60 of the Demon. And this car is maxed out to now 961 horsepower, so I'm wondering why that 0 to 60 is either still 2.3 or maybe stock. They actually made this car slower off the line. I don't know. Not sure. But that's maxed out. Yeah, it's gone way up the list here. Don't mess with the Demon. Can upgrade this Diablo GT Pura Potenza Edizione. This was the reward car for maybe the Lamborghini playlist. The Lamborghini playlist that was in this game as a part of the base game. Perhaps. I don't know. This is stock right now, so let's get this thing upgraded. 750. We can also upgrade this bike, because this was the top of the list here for the stock vehicles. Oh yeah, the Suzuki GSX R1000R. I'm pretty sure I had this bike in the Crew 2, and for a while in that game, this was actually my fastest stock street vehicle. This was faster than most street cars. As you can see, these other cars that I have not upgraded, they're below it. So like the TVR Griffith, the Charger Hellcat Red Eye, Lamborghini Gallardo, Camaro ZL1, Jaguar Project 8, Mercedes SLS. These are all slower than this Suzuki bike, which is really weird. But yeah, I think this bike is like a racing bike, even though they don't consider it. This looks like a racing bike, which they have in this game. But they decided to make this one streets here too, for whatever reason. Maybe they actually have a track version of this bike, which is even crazier. Or a racing version. Because this looks like a racing bike to me. It looks similar to my KTM. Anyways, let's get that maxed out. Filters out a lot more parts out of the mailbox, hopefully. Which I am going to go check to make sure that's the case. I think we've used up enough street parts now, so let's go to hypercars. Because we know there was also quite a few hypercar parts. I think I can get more hypercars nice and maxed out. Here we are. Okay, Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus. This car definitely deserves to be maxed out. Lamborghini Egoista. Koenigsegg Gemera. Koenigsegg Jesko. Creators KS Masked Leader. Noble M500. Maserati MC20. Lamborghini Revelto. Gordon Murray Automotive 250. Ferrari SF90 Stradale is 919 out of 920. Everything else should be stock, or maybe just kind of a little bit short. But this SF90 is 1 point off, which means it's going to have one part in here that's not good. It has one part that's 919. Okay, let's slap a 920 in there. I'm going to scrap the parts that are below 920. Because we don't need these anymore. Not useful. So it's 100 spare parts for an uncommon, or a green, 200 for a blue, and maybe 300 or 400 for a pink. Okay. I don't know what words they use for the rarities in this game. But yeah, as you can see, I have almost 200k spare parts now, which I never use. I wish you could sell them for money. If you could sell like one part for $10, like that would be awesome. Like, I could get over $1 million bucks in parts. Okay, let's see how many a pink gives you. 400. That's what I was thinking. This game often works in doubling like that. So, okay. So maybe legendary or golden parts would be 800 then. Or maybe they would just round it to 1,000. I don't know. Maybe even more. They're quite rare. I don't often have gold parts. Anyways, this SF90 Stradale is now maxed out. We're also going to max out the W Motors Lycan Hypersport. Why not? This car's at 915. A little bit slower. We have one part at 905 and one part at 902. Let's get that 920. Scrap the 905. The suspension, get that to 920. Scrap a few of these. I'm not going to scrap all these because there's a bunch. I'll just scrap the 902. Call it a day. Alright, very nice. That's 920. Let's get one more hypercar to 920. We can go with the Chevrolet Corvette C7 ZR1 convertible, which a lot of people, I feel like, are upset about this car being considered a hypercar in this game because it's a Corvette. Corvettes by no means are hypercars. However, the Corvette ZR1, I will consider it a supercar. The ZR1 is undoubtedly a supercar, not a sports car like a normal Corvette Stingray, ZR1s are crazy. I mean, they're way faster, especially the C7 ZR1. I think it's still the highest horsepower in any Corvette, like 755 or something. It's crazy. With this version I have in this game that's almost maxed out, this is actually double that. This is 1,460 horsepower. However, it's not a hypercar. They should have had this as a street tier 2. I know it's crazy and it's top of the line for Corvettes. Even though it's a ZR1, just having a Corvette in the hypercar section with Bugattis and Koenigsegg's that cost like 50 times more than this car is it's kind of crazy. Anyways, let's upgrade this. This is at 910, so we have one part at 890 and one part at 880. 920, of course. Scrap that. Same with this one. Got that last pink 920 suspension. Scrap a few more of these. Actually, there's only 2 more that aren't 920. There we go. Okay. Should be good. All maxed out. So now that I just maxed out like 5 more street cars and like 3 hypercars, let's recheck on the mailbox and see if the parts have filtered back into the collection, which they should have. But no, it's still saying 40. So what if I just press get on this? Yeah, they just go into the collection. Why can't it do that automatically? Because now the stock is full again. Okay, so for hypercar, we still need more space. Can we not do this either, or do I have more room for street parts? So I have room for street, but not hypercar. That's really weird. Okay, street. Okay, now the street stock is full too. Okay, at least the mailbox is only down to 26 parts. So later on, as my mailbox starts filling up again, we can go upgrade even more street and hypercars until those stocks are full. And I can empty the mailbox. Because it's kind of annoying. I just spent like 20 minutes going and upgrading all those cars, and I still don't have room to take everything out of the mailbox. Also, while we're here, let's spend the legend points, because I haven't done this in a while. I have 26 right now. You can hold up to 1,000 of these at a time, which I guess you can spend even more than 1,000, because there's so many things to upgrade, but I haven't spent these in a while, so what's the last thing I was upgrading? Looks like frenetic. Nitro power, yes. Put a few more points in that. Got 19 left, so we can start a new line. Collector. Increase treasure frequency apparition. Increase radar range to detect treasure. Nitro refills when performing figures. Like when doing burnouts? Or donuts? It's showing a whole like circle there. Wouldn't a figure be like a... I guess that's specifically a figure 8 when you do 2 in a row. Okay. Nitro refills while drifting. That's probably the best one, drifty. Just by drifting, which I'm doing almost all the time, you get some nitro refill. Let's do that. Just spend all 19 of them here. There we go. Okay, that's an additional 4.75% nitro refill when drifting, which feels pretty good actually. I like that. Okay, points well spent. Now, back to the summit contest. It's already 5 AM. What time did I start tonight? I think like 4. I guess it's been an hour. Looks like I reached level 4 for the compete timeline this month. I got the Night Stalker's yellow hoodie, Night Stalker's green hoodie, and a common title, Lightning Fighter. Very cool. So now all of my competitive XP will go towards the Legend Pass, which I'm hoping we can get to at least level 3 by the end of the month. And we get the free Mazda RX-8 Thunderwave Edition. Very cool. Alright, back to the summit, finally. So we've done 3 of the events. Now we can move on to Built to Last with the Ford F-150 Raptor racetrack. Which, did I already upgrade this? I'm thinking maybe I did. No, I didn't. It's only 339. Hopefully we have enough 590 Rally Raid parts to max this out. Looks like we do. Oh, we can put a gold in there. Should I save the gold for another car? Oh, we're lacking on suspension here. Suspension, I only have a 569 at the highest. We do have tires. Okay, I maybe wasn't gonna do the gold, but we'll keep the gold ECU to substitute for my suspension, which is only 569. But everything else is 590, so the perf level is 587. That's very close to being maxed out. It's almost there. I just want to look at customization, which I'm not planning to do much on this car. So yeah, if you wanted to do official colors, white's the only option. Visual parts, it looks like you can change rims and calipers, which you can't even see. Yeah, there's only one base rim option. The rest of these are options on any car. Okay, that's fine. We don't need to change that. Vanity. Good look at vanity. I feel like the red tires are just really, it's too much. Could go with like American tires or something on this too, but might also be too much for this one. This car is more, it's more subtle than the Road Force 1 and the Tribute Edition GT500. But it's not like super subtle. We do have this crazy racetrack livery. I don't know if I want to go with like crazy rims or tires on this one. I forgot about these. I got these as a reward really recently. These like icy tires, which actually look pretty cool. The tires are gray and the rims are like white. Those are pretty neat. Otherwise, though, I think we're gonna keep that the same. Could go with more like off-roady looking tires like that one, but yeah, I like the look of these ones better. These tires look good. Smokes. Do we want some smoke on the racetrack? Maybe, I don't know. What kind of smoke would look good on this? Maybe some of this, like shockwave smoke? That could be cool. These sometimes almost get in the way of your vision for street racing, but for off-road, I don't think this would be that distracting. I think that'd be fine. Already got the explosive backfire nitro on there. That's perfect. Underglow. Probably won't do an underglow for the track. I don't usually do underglows on off-road cars. Always looks weird. Tints. I don't think we need it. Something like this kind of matches the color a bit. Doesn't look bad. But do we want that? I mean, it looks okay. It doesn't look that bad, actually. The color really matches, but I think we should keep it just stock. This is specifically like a Forsberg Racing one, I think. This is Ford Performance. It's not the same thing, even though they look similar. Rooftops. Yeah, we don't need a rooftop. On off-road cars, they usually look better, but yeah, no, that's fine. We can put the American dashboard figure in there. That's fun. There we go. American Proud F-150 Raptor racetrack. Powered by EcoBoost. Built Ford Tough. It's all good to go. Almost maxed out. Let's do it. I'm guessing this race will be similar to the one I did in the Bronco. Got those signature orange headlights for the Raptor. Whoa. Oh man, this off-road race is gonna be crazy. We already gotta restart because I'm already about to fall off the cliff. I don't want to rewind because that affects our final time, and that was so early on. Let's retry it. Now that I know what to expect. Here we go. Yeah, this is really crazy. We're on top of this ridge, this mountain ridge. More dirty driving still. Don't know if I want to do a lot of that here. Ooh, it's gonna be tough to get all these checkpoints. Like, I missed that one. It's gonna be tough to get these, man. Damn, that's still a miss? We gotta rewind again. Or retry. Because when you rewind, it doesn't... Like, your timer for how many points I'm gonna get in the contest doesn't stop. Or doesn't rewind. It keeps going. So you're actually wasting so many points every time you have to rewind. It's very annoying. But these checkpoints are very thin for how crazy this is. I don't like these checkpoints. It's super narrow, the space that I have to go through to get these. Super narrow. The trail is already narrow enough. Is that the same one as last time? I don't think it is. I think that one was even earlier. I feel like just the start of this race is going to be so difficult, so I'm just trying to do everything right so we get optimal points here. Optimize the outcome. Can't be having these screw-ups so early in the race. If I screw up at any point before 30 seconds, we're just going to keep retrying because it's not acceptable. So I really want to be gunning the nitrous and going full speed, but that's kind of a bad idea because you don't want to miss these checkpoints. Okay, that's the farthest we've made it so far. That's the farthest we've made it. Oh man. Thank God that checkpoint was nice and wide. They're opening up. This is more like actual rally raid now. This is more like it. Keep going. The race is a lot smoother now than it was at the beginning. I mean, this kind of stuff isn't smooth, but you know what I mean. It's going smooth. It's going well. We're not crashing too much, and the crashing is okay because of the dirty driving. You get a lot of points for it. Oh no, 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 no. What are you doing? Why is it doing that? It's automatically steering to the side. I'm not telling it to do that at all. Bro. We lost so much time already because of the double rewind I had to do. I don't know why my truck was doing that. At the angle it was going uphill, it just really wanted to steer to the right. I had to rewind it back so far. Here's the finish line, I think. How many points? We destroyed the clock, but did I do enough dirty driving? Oh yeah, wow, that's our highest score tonight, 85. And I got a 60,000 buck challenge completed. That's even more XP for the Legend Pass now. Very nice. So yeah, sometimes if you just try a little harder to get more points and do it right, you actually you get rewarded for it. You get a lot more out of it. Okay, very nice. So if I don't buy the Focus RS, we have one more race that we can do, which is bring on tomorrow. Any Street Tier 1 Ford. Like I said, don't own the Focus RS. I know we have at least one Street Tier 1 Ford. I probably have like 3, because like old Mustangs and stuff. The Shelby Cobra. Technically, Shelby is like a sub-brand of Ford. The Shelby GT500 is now under Ford because it's a part of the Mustang. But a Shelby Super Snake, which is a really exclusive Mustang build, it's actually faster than the GT500. That is considered under Shelby. The older Mustang GT500 is by Shelby, I think. So that might not be included here, even though that car is Street Tier 1. I know the Crown Vic will be an option. But yeah, the Shelby Cobra 427 or whatever that I have, that car might also be under Shelby as a brand. We'll see. They might have included all Shelby cars in this game as Ford. They might have just put them together. No, they didn't. Okay. So that means my GT500 and my Cobra that are in Street Tier 1 are both considered Shelby as the brand, not Ford. Which means the only Street Tier 1 Ford I have is the Crown Victoria, Marco's Cab. This is one of the slowest cars in the game. However, we can max it out for Street Tier 1. We can make it pretty fast. Because right now it is so slow, it literally won't show me any stats. It won't give me the power. It won't even tell me the weight, speed, or acceleration. So I don't really like when this game does this. I've mentioned it many times before. I don't like when the game withholds information. Most cars, it will tell you their stats, even stock. But a lot of cars, particularly slower ones, it's like they're just purposely not showing you the numbers because like they think it's going to be too bad or whatever. Like yeah, this 2008 Crown Victoria stock probably has like an 8-second 0 to 60. It doesn't matter, man. Like I can find that out on Google by just looking it up. You're not like dissing on Ford by, you know, showing the slow stats of this car when it's not even upgraded. I don't see the purpose in that at all. Really, seems like something that they've done on purpose that is just something that I don't enjoy. I would rather all the stats are shown for every vehicle, fair and square. Anyways, let's max it out. It'll at least show me the power, top speed, and acceleration now. It might not still show the weight, because I don't think weight really changes with these parts. We'll see. Actually, do we have more just 600? Yeah, so once you upgrade it, it shows you everything except for the weight. So they're just fully withholding the weight of this car. Why? Because it's above like 5,000? Crown Victorias are pretty large, actually. They're large, or maybe even full-size sedans, but they're not that crazy. I mean, this car might be like 5,000 pounds. That'd be tops, though. I don't think this thing would pass 6,000. That's getting into pickup truck weight. Okay. Just max it out, 600. Without buying the Ford Focus, this is the only option I have for this race. It's my only Street Tier 1 Ford. Okay, maxed out it's at 961 horsepower. 180 top speed, 4.6, 0 to 60. That's not terrible for Street Tier 1. Acceleration's pretty slow still, but the top speed isn't bad. 180 for Street Tier 1 I think is not the end of the world. Still probably one of the slowest cars in this game, but it's not abysmal. Not abysmal. Alright, let's do it. Marco's cab with an undefined weight. Night race. This is our first night race this week. I think so. Oh, I think I know where we are. I think I know where we are. Yeah, I know this. It's not even like a racetrack, but it's a common street race area. It's like some sort of cargo or industrial area. And it's got a nice layout of turns. This is actually like one of the best like street tracks in this game. One of the best street race layouts, I think. It's got the perfect mix of all the stuff you want in a street race. Nice straightaways, nice turns, nothing too crazy. Nothing too simple. It's just straightforward and classic. Maybe even iconic. This Crown Vic is destroying these bots, so I mean I'm happy with that. And yeah, this car is not that bad for a Street Tier 1. The horsepower to like top speed and 0 to 60 ratio definitely felt off. We got this thing to almost 1,000 horsepower, but the top speed is below 200. 0 to 60 is above 4 seconds. However, this car is pretty large. Maybe if you're just looking at this car on its own, it doesn't actually look like it'd be that big. But if you saw it beside those other cars that I started the race with, my car was definitely a lot bigger. Crown Victorias are bigger than you might think. I'm pretty sure these would be considered full-size sedans. You know, like a BMW 7 Series or a Mercedes S-Class. Like a big sedan, big long sedan. I thought it was a little too hard. We got some dirty driving points. The thing is, I don't know how many points you lose from the amount of time that's taken off. Or that you end up taking off like from yourself by, you know, crashing and slowing yourself down. I wonder if it's worth it, the dirty driving. I don't think so. Honestly, I think the dirty driving is more like compensation, not a way to actually get more points. It just helps you from not doing terrible if you are crashing a lot. Because you're still getting some points at least. It's better than nothing. Okay, 335. How many points? 68. Definitely happy with that. I'm pretty sure the Ford Focus RS would be a lot faster than this Crown Victoria, so I'm actually surprised we still got 68,000. Because most people probably did this race with the Ford Focus. Okay, so that is all the main races besides Go Further. We still have the 3 feats, but I'm not even in the top 70k. So honestly, I don't think I'm going to buy the Ford Focus tonight and get that last race in, because I don't think, like, whatever I do here, I don't think it's going to be enough to get silver, which is top 40k. I don't think we're getting there. I'll do the feats kind of for fun, and then if it seems like I'm making a lot of points on them, then maybe I'll buy the Ford Focus and we can try this race. But overall, like, yeah, not even in top 70k. I'm barely halfway to silver here. So I don't know. Let's give the feats a shot. They don't take long, so let's try them out. See what happens. Start with the escape. See what this escape is all about. Off-road, of course. Which off-road car do we want to use for this? For escape, we probably want Rally Raid. I usually always use my electric Volkswagen because it's actually a really good Rally Raid car. Could switch it up. Could go with like the Bronco or something. Let's see. Where's Rally Raid? Here it is. Okay, it's saying that my Bronco is actually faster than my Volkswagen ID buggy. Both at 590, so both maxed out for Rally Raid. This GTO is only 588. This was definitely my best Rally Raid car in the Crew 2. But in this game, since I've got this Volkswagen, I think this is my best Rally Raid car now. We can try the GTO though, the Judge. This is actually a really cool off-road car. I like the idea of GTO the Judge as an off-road car. I even put the crazy like monster truck tires on there, and it looks sick. I mean, this thing is crazy. GTO the Judge Rally Raid Edition. It's a very cool Rally Raid car. And I just need to get this one part here, exhaust, to 590, which we can do. So that's maxed out. Let's give it a try. Only 150 for top speed, but the acceleration is 3.6, which is definitely pretty good for off-road. 871 horsepower. That's more than a stock Demon, so pretty good for an off-roader. Let's do it. This is the Waimea Escape. Waimea, perhaps? Don't really speak Hawaiian. Hard to pronounce sometimes. Okay, already got the objective. We're going for points now. Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Alright, we got 1,000 yards. It's only 30,000 points. We can give it one more try, just to try going down the hill instead of along the path, because maybe if you go downhill, you actually end up getting farther. Let's see. Let us see if we can get farther or not by going downhill, which I think the option came up right around here. Yeah, just here. We're just gonna go off the cliff. There we go. I beat my own score. Oh, that keeps going too. Alright. We got a few more points. That's fun. New record. It's always nice to try to get some more points if you think you can, especially with feats. Took literally an extra 30 seconds. 7k more points. So yeah, that barely moved me ahead on the leaderboard. Unfortunately, that score wasn't that high. All these races I did a lot better. These were all 60 to 80,000-ish. This put me from top like 72k to top 70k. I'm now 69,000 something. Let's try the bullseye. If it's an off-road bullseye, then I want to do rally cross, or just rally, instead of rally raid, but it's not. This is actually a road race, or a road bullseye. So, we're going to go back to a street vehicle. I think we want the F1 car for this. I always do Alpha GP for any sort of bullseye or slalom, anything like that that's on the road or track. So I don't know if I have enough parts to actually max out Alpha GP. This Red Bull RB18 is almost 990. It's a 974. Okay, ECU, motor core, exhaust 988, suspension 984, tires are 990. Okay, it's really close though. This is so close to maxing out. I just need to get a better suspension and exhaust, and then this car would be maxed. 990, maxed out for Alpha GP. I don't think actually any of the categories in this game, like the perf level, I don't think any of them exceed 1,000. So 990 might actually be the highest, which makes sense. I'm not sure how they calculate the perf level in terms of like the stats of the car. Obviously it's taking into consideration power. It probably considers weight, even though a lot of cars are of unspecified weight in this game. Top speed, 0 to 60. Maybe it even takes into account the braking and lateral g-force. I don't know. Anyways, this car is almost maxed. Definitely my fastest F1 car. And usually best street car for any of this sort of stuff with the feats. Bullseyes, slalom, escape. If it's on the road, you're going to want to use Alpha GP. These cars are quick, they handle well, and hard to beat. Let's get a nice little head start on this. Halewa Beach. Bullseye. So for these you want speed and you want handling. You want to make sure you get all the small circles, but you want to do it quickly. The points go down if you take longer to do all this. Oh, I didn't realize this was off-road. Are you kidding me? Do I need to switch to a boat? Oh crap, I pressed triangle. We need to retry. Why the hell did I press triangle there? Press circle. So you actually need to go into the water and then switch to a boat. It's that kind of bullseye. Not the first time I've seen it. It's happened before. Oh my god, retard, get out of my way. Another retard. Retard city down here. Oh my god. Bro, hit this one. This car drives so slow in the water. Okay, switching to a boat. This better be my fastest boat right now. I don't think it is. Alright, let's keep going. Yeah, you wouldn't even be able to do this in an off-road car. You definitely have to switch to a boat now for this part. They really make you zigzag on this one. Okay, I got the requirement. There's the finish line. Okay, I only just passed the requirement. Oh, 88,000. For a second I thought it said 5,000 summit points. I was gonna get mad, because I put so much effort into that. 88,000 summit points. That's actually higher than any of my race scores. Best score of the night. Alright, I'm not so mad at it anymore. Normally it kind of pisses me off though when it has you switch vehicles during a bullseye. Some of them, I swear to god, it makes you switch into a plane and you just have to go up in the air. And that's always really annoying. It's super hard to adjust, like if you're switching vehicles in the middle of a race. But we got it. It actually worked out quite well. Okay, we have slalom now. Let's see if it's off-road or on-road. Oh, boat slalom. Okay, so I just want to check if this is even my fastest boat, which I don't think it is. No, this boat isn't even upgraded at all. This is 384 out of 610. The boat that has all my parts is going to be this one here, the offshore MK2, which is 586. Which I'm going to switch this to favorite if I can. Can I not do that on this tab? Can I not make a car a favorite here? I don't think I can. How stupid is that? I can't switch this car to my favorite, because I'm not going to remember to do it later. I want this boat to be my favorite for water vehicle. So then this one will be switched to automatically instead of that other boat. That's pretty retarded. Never mind those civilians during that bullseye. The hell were the devs thinking by not letting you favorite a vehicle when you can basically do anything else that you can normally do in the profile tab here? Like, you can literally do anything to your vehicles in between races like this. You can customize them, you can upgrade them, but you can't favorite them. I can't take the star off of this and move it to my other one. That's so stupid. Okay, well, I mean, let's see if I have any better powerboat parts. Some. 610 is max. I had a little bit better. We're at 590. This thing weighs 10,000 pounds, 2,200 horsepower. Okay. Offshore MK2. This will be better than that other proto boat or whatever I had, so let's do it. Kaimu Waters. Slalom boat. Just don't hit these rocks. How did that not count? One of them didn't count, and I don't know why, because I was close enough to it. And I was on the right side. That's all that should matter. I don't really want to use nitrous here because it's too fast. It's harder to steer a boat than you might think because I'm also pressing down on the steering because that makes the boat go faster. If you put the weight at the back or whatever, lifts up the front, it goes faster. I forgot what they call that. They call it like dipping the fin or something. Some boating term. I'm more of a car guy. Okay, that was enough for a pass. 53,000 summon points. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. And the question is, where am I in terms of how close am I to silver right now? For this week. We are not even in the top 60k. Alright, so yeah, I'm not going to buy the Focus RS because I know even if I actually redo a few of these and try to get even more points, plus to this race, we're not going to get to silver. I'd need to get over 20,000 positions ahead. And then in the next 16 hours, I can still drop back to bronze. So yeah, we're nowhere near close enough. I think honestly, there's just way too many people playing this game right now, and I'm not good enough to make it even into the top 40,000, which is for silver. Honestly speaking, like no cap or anything. I think Ubisoft should maybe take a kind of a second look at the competitive side of this game. I think what they should do, instead of making it so that more people can fit into each rank, like make gold or make platinum top 20k, make gold top 40, and then make silver top 80 or something. That would be cool too. I'd be fine with that because then I could maybe actually get silver more frequently. But I'd prefer if they just added more ranks because there's only 4 ranks: bronze, silver, gold, platinum. They could add a bunch more. They could add things in front of platinum to make it even more competitive, like diamond, and then something after that too. If they did what they do in Siege, they would add copper before bronze, and then we have silver, gold. Siege also has platinum, and then emerald, diamond, and champion. So a bunch more ranks. 1 in front of bronze and 3 after platinum. So they could try. I mean, this is Motorfest is Ubisoft, just like Siege. They could totally copy their ranks from Siege. Or even just add like a few more ranks, kind of like in between stuff. I don't know. They could try to figure something out because I feel like there's actually very few people that are even making it to silver. Most people that are playing this are going to be in bronze because there's a lot of times I see my position is not even in the top 100K, which means there's well over 100,000 people playing this, and less than half of 100K is making it past bronze. And there's actually way more than just 100K people playing because after I've done an event or whatever and got a score, then I'm still not even in the 100K, you know? So I think there's probably like, I don't know, maybe at least 200,000 people playing this per week, and only 40,000 people of those are making it out of bronze. That just seems really one-sided. At the end of the day, I don't think they'll change it because it's basically been the same since this game came out. And it was pretty much the same in the Crew 2 as well. Although for the Crew 2, I think less people were playing. I got silver a lot more often. I got gold sometimes too. In this game, I don't know if I've got gold at all, and I certainly haven't got platinum at all. I've got silver a few times, but usually it's always bronze. Bronze after bronze. Anyways, that's it for tonight, I think. Good place to leave off. Next week we have Forces of Nature, which has the reward details here. Full battery should have the reward details now. We can see it's the Rimac Nevera Time Attack Edition for Platinum with the prismatic green smoke and gold. That would look pretty good with the Rimac, because the Rimac's an electric car too, so a nice sort of electric looking boost there. Oh no, that's smoke actually, because yeah, I forgot, when you boost with an electric car, you don't see any of the nitrous come out or whatever, because it's not nitrous, they just call it like overboost or something. So you don't get to see anything happening when you're boosting an electric car. That's why it's smoke, not nitrous. Alright, well, like I said, good place to leave off, I think. I am almost at level 1 here for the Legend Pass. Yeah, just a little bit more XP would get me to level 1. We get that XP boost. Level 2, I get the Fire versus Lightning tire. I definitely want those tires. Those are cool. And then, of course, the Special Edition RX-8 at level 3. So, yeah, I believe that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream tonight on the Crew Motorfest. And I will see you guys all next time. Goodbye.